How to install a mosaic tile backsplash. This mosaic is called Binary Code from Home Depot for $7.98 a square foot. So here we go. After sanding and cleaning your walls, you want to lay out your mosaics to get a bit of an idea of where they're going to end up. Now I know where I want to make my first cut. And tape and mark your tile for your cut. The full mosaic is too big for the saw, so I'm going to have to cut it in half and do it in two pieces. Now when I'm making my cut, I'm going to go in slowly, back off a little bit, rest my arms on the side of the tray, and just go a little bit at a time, because we've got glass and we've got metal that we're cutting at the same time. So just ease off slowly, a little bit at a time, and you'll get your best cut. I'm using a 5x4mm V-notch spreader and Acryl Pro mastic. And apply your mastic 1 or 2 square feet at a time, making sure you have full coverage. Use a level to make sure you're running true, and use toothpicks to keep your spacing accurate. And your grout float works great for pressing the tile into place. Check your lines by looking down the tile. And here I've used a piece of tile edging to use as a ledger to keep the tile running straight. For corner and end cuts, tape the tile, flip it, mark it, cut it. And dry fit to make sure it fits nicely. Now you can use black felt pen and or black tape to get a cleaner look on some of the black glass, as you can tell on the piece on the right compared to the piece on the left. Using a plastic knife with a serrated edge works great for back buttering the tile for tight spaces. To set the wall receptacles out the proper distance, I've replaced the regular screws with 1 1/4" screws. You mark off your plate and line up your cuts for around the receptacle. And dry fit it again to make sure it's all going to line up properly. Back butter your pieces and set into place. And another dry fit to make sure you're all lined up. And if you need to, you can glue in some cut pieces of tile to support the receptacle. Now here, my windowsill was actually out 1/4 of an inch off the countertop over the span of the window. So, this type of mosaic tile actually worked very well because I just went to a tighter spacing as I moved to the right. So it actually looks like it's true. Time for grouting. Use a proper grout sponge and put it into a bucket of water. I use Mapai all-purpose grout. Works great for glass. Use approximately 3 parts grout, 1 part water. Mix until you get a peanut buttery type of consistency. Spread in all directions. Work it into the gaps. You might want to start with a little bit of a thinner mixture because it's going to give you a little more working time, a little bit easier to work with. And sponge it off. Wipe it off with a dry towel. And here is your final product.